Just, obviously it's a tough loss for us, real emotional loss. Probably one of our better offensive games we've played. We had over 90 plays and 37 minutes of possession time. Had almost 500 yards of total offense. I thought Dalton played awfully well. I thought, again, just really, just a disappointing loss. It's one of those, like I said, you snatch defeat out of the jaws of victory. And defensively, I think through three quarters, I think allowed 7 points basically and then had a short field. But Jason Neal, Duke Wheeler played awfully well there, and I think on offense, David Morgan and Kerry Thompson. I think Kerry had 9 catches, and of course, as I said, Dalton played well. I think again the mistakes, not a ton of mistakes, but the mistakes were very, very costly. And of course, Jarvion got hurt, and we had a handoff and basically just dropped the football, and the kid picked it up and scored with it, and give credit to them. Yeah, just it's kind of funny from the standpoint of not funny, but more ironic. Perfect bounce right at his hands, and away we go. How many times has that happened? Not very often, but anyway, it's kind of one of those things happening for us, Saturday. But the blocked extra point, again, that was just poor technique on our part, and let it happen. And then, of course, the fumble touchdown. I mean, that was, to me, the difference in the game.
Coach, I know you mentioned that offense played well, put some yards up on North Texas. They've kind of struggled defensively. Do you feel like the team the offense specifically needed to score more touchdowns to be able to, especially early in the game? I think the first 2 possessions of the game, you had the ball near midfield, and you guys weren't able to do anything.
I think that's a good point, because we could have scored more touchdowns. Should have scored more touchdowns. And again, from an offensive standpoint, having been a former offensive coordinator, we want every time you get a possession, you want to score. And again, we don't want to settle for field goals. We would like points somehow, some way. But again, I think the big thing is, we've got to score more touchdowns, no doubt. We could and should.
What was this mindset of the team, you think? You all get together yesterday, do the same thing?
Yeah, we did, and mindset's good. We're fine. We're just, I think, down, disappointed, and what we should be. Those are things they put in a lot of effort, coaches and players, to win the football game, and had chances to do that, but didn't get it done. So
one of those that you should have won, right? You were right there. I mean, we look at the stats.
No doubt. And, when they say the stats are for losers, and of course we lost Saturday, but by the same token, again, you got to take some solace in that, and I think we did some awfully good things, and we want to give our guys credit for that.
Larry, is that what makes it frustrating from the offensive standpoint when you start to break down the field? You look at it, and I bet there's just a thin margin between making a play and not making a play, right?
Well, it is, and that's where we are, David. The fact that we're not good enough just to go play. I know I've been around some great teams that you could screw up and not deserve to win somehow because you're better, and a guy like Andre Johnson make a big catch, or Clint Portis make a big run, and you end up winning the game. We're not that. That's not our team. We can't do that. We've got to play well and hit on all cylinders, and we're not going to be perfect. We know that, but by the same token, we can't give the game away, which is basically what we did Saturday. And give them credit. They did what they had to do to win, and they needed to do to win. And we had 90 plays, and they had 60, and the time possession was just off the charts our way. But again, we just did not win the football game. And again, your point's well taken. We've got to score more touchdowns. We talked about that this morning with our offense. We've got to score more touchdowns, and could have and should have. Again, I think as we go through with losing Jarvion, and of course our quarterback situation, I was really proud of Dalton. He really came through and played awfully well Saturday. I don't know if we could ask any more out of him.
Are you going to preparing? And I know not to belabor the point. I'm sure you get tired of every week listening to this, but are you kind of preparing for the rest of the? You've got a month left. You got 4 games. As if Blake's not coming back, the Dalton will be the guy, or are you still holding out hope that Blake will come back?
I don't. We're preparing that he's not coming back. I mean, we don't want to sit here and sit on pins and needles thinking, well, he's back.
You're going to the worst case scenario.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and prepare as if he's not coming back. If he is, that's a bonus.
How much of a step did Dalton take? From last game
he took a huge step.
Did he? What are some of the things that he did?
Well, again, I think just relaxed and poised, and those things were just a big difference. And I think he'll continue to get better each week. But again, the main thing is we got to help him. Again, we got to help him with the running game. I know. I was talking to Kevin about this morning when we calling the plays. When we couldn't run the football, I didn't call very good plays. You know, it's we played some of the Florida State teams that we couldn't make an inch running the ball. And, take negative plays, and that's the thing we've got to avoid. We've got to avoid the negative plays, and I think that's the thing that Dalton gives us that because he can run. He can run.
And certainly Jarvion, that hurts now, right, with him, yeah.
Yeah, losing Jarvion hurt, really, because Jarvion's probably our best offensive weapon. I mean, no doubt about that. He is really a good football player, and Jarvion can play any place I've been. And he's a good player, awfully good player.
What is his status?
Don't know that. We'll probably know more today. He says he's going to be back fine, but we'll see. He's not the doctor. We'll let the doctor tell us that.
Yeah.
Coach, what happened on the play where Drew was ejected? Drew Douglas.
There's just there's an altercation on the ground, and I don't disagree with the officials' call. And again, I apologize to the officials, and I do apologize also to me and to the team. That hurt us, obviously.
Will he be available this week?
Yes.
But not by rule, not till the second half, right?
No, he'll be
available. Was it a target? Was it a target?
No, it wasn't targeting.
Oh,
he'll be available. He'll be available.
Okay.
What do you know about?
I thought the same thing. I thought, well, I was going to miss that, but no, he didn't have to.
He'll be back.
Okay.
What about Old Dominion? What have you seen anything?
Well, I'll tell you what, Bobby Wilder's done a great job there, and again, they've got a lot of good football players in the area. They got an outstanding offensively. They got an outstanding running back. I think he may be leading the league in rushing, and he does a great job. I think again, they're just really a solid team, and they really play hard. I guess it's a big thing to say. And defensively, they got an outstanding middle linebacker. Offensively, they got some big 6'2", 6'3" wide receivers. So. They'll be certainly everybody's going to be a challenge for us. We've got to play our best to have a chance to beat anybody, but no, they've got some good weapons.
Larry, at this point, obviously, I know there's still 4 games. A lot could be salvaged. If you finish with a good kick, but I think it's worth asking. At this point, do you think about maybe playing, more people, maybe people that normally wouldn't be playing if you were making a run for the division title or something? Or I know there's a thin line between that.
Well, there is. I think again, we're right now we're going to play the people we think it helps win a game. And then we'll have spring practice and so on. But
sure.
Again, if people can help us with a game, they're the ones going to play in our evaluation. Sure.
Could I ask you a little bit about the aspect of you're on 7 losses now. There's no way to get to 6 games. There's no way to get to your bowl game. It's always been the dream around here from what some of your players were saying.
My dream, anyway.
You've always talked about that as well. But I wanted to ask: do you take any consolation in knowing that out of these 9 or 10 startup programs that have formed teams here over the last 25 years, nobody out of that group has made a bowl in 5 years?
Well,
you would have been the first.
We wanted to be the first, but you know what? I think that's the thing. Maybe too optimistic. I don't know the right word to say, but I think this. I don't think I was. I think we had a chance to really do some good things. We had, you look at our schedule. The front end of it was very tough. We had some chances to win some of those games, and again, we lose our quarterback. So there's a lot of things that happened. And again, you look at this was kind of a transition year where we lost over 30 players. Yeah. So we had no chance. But had we not had the injuries, I think we'd have a good chance. I really do.
It was a bad year. You lose your quarterback.
It's a bad year to lose a quarterback. I don't know if it was a very, very good year to lose your quarterback. Certainly, this was a bad year to lose the quarterback.
What does that say about the aspect of trying to start a football program in today's world? I mean, 9 out of 10 schools have tried it, and yet, I guess South Alabama, they were the first team to make it in their 6th year. That was the quickest anybody has made a bowl game out of those that have tried to start up.
I think the thing about in reality of it, we talk about this from day one. Hey, this is going to be a process. So it's a process, not a quick fix. It's a process. Well, and that's true. But when you're in the middle of it, you want it yesterday. You want it yesterday. Mm-hmm. And I really want it for these kids. These kids have really done a lot, and they're just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful kids. And I want it for them. Obviously, it's not going to happen this year. But I can't say enough about the kids, how accountable they've been. They've been on time. They've done everything we've asked them to do. And again, I wanted it for them. Again, not going to happen now. Why can we salvage for the rest of the year? We've got. I think we can have a good finish to the year. And again, we've got to somehow get on track. We're going to coach hard, and they're going to play hard.
Coach, along those lines, do you see kind of the last two seasons as, in the overall scheme of things, as the program continuing to grow? Because you've struggled these last two seasons. I mean, you're going to post back-to-back losing records. Do you feel like the program has stepped back, or that's kind of a part of the overall growth of the program?
Well, you can say with the wins, you step back, but then you look at the schedule. You know, we didn't beat Bacon, we didn't beat Northeastern, we didn't the Arizonas and the Oklahoma State just beat Texas a few weeks ago. So we're playing. The level of competition's a lot better. We know that, and then you throw some injuries on top of that. It's really kind of a two-way street. And again, I don't think anybody wants to hear excuses, but you know those are facts. It's not excuses; they're facts. And again, I think the schedule makes a huge difference. And somebody I was told has maybe one of the toughest schedules in the country, and probably was.
Oh yeah,
probably was.
Yeah.
Coach, you mentioned the players being accountable. Just a question: how has the staff been accountable through these struggles? You know, kind of over the last few years. How have you held them accountable? How have you held yourself accountable?
Well, you know, again, I tell you, we have a great staff. I'd take this staff anywhere I've been, and they're outstanding people, and they're outstanding coaches, and I think that's the thing I see and how they're accountable. I mean, they work early. We're on the phones recruiting, and it's all the things that you do as a coach. I think they're doing that, and you know that as a coach. And I tell you, that's if they're not, it's my job to make some changes. But they are very accountable, very accountable.
Have you considered making any changes in any?
No, not at all. The only thing I consider making changes is me. So and we don't want to do that. But no, we have a great staff, and there's no reason I don't want to make some changes. And hopefully, we can keep them together. To be honest with you, there's a lot of jobs open. They're going to have a lot of opportunities because they're outstanding coaches.
Coach, what are you expecting this weekend? It's homecoming weekend. You know, the fans will kind of be amped, kind of ready for a victory. Old Dominion isn't one of the top programs in conference. What do you expect out of your squad this weekend?
Out of our squad, I expect to have a great week of practice. I expect to play well on Saturday, and the fans are hoping for a victory, expecting a victory, not any more than I am, and our staff, and you know, that's why I was so disappointed about this last week, because you know, we had our opportunities, and again, we got to somehow regroup and play hard, play well on Saturday. Again, we won one game. It's been a road game. Had a chance to win a road game last week. When we first started this thing, we never won a road game. Now we're
your only win is on the road.
Only win's on the road, right? Mm-hmm.
What would be your message to the fans? There's a lot of folks out there kind of frustrated with the lose. I know you are too, but what would you tell the faithful out there?
I will tell you, that's one of the big disappointments too. We had a great crowd on the road. You know, this past weekend had a great crowd, and they were into it. They're excited about it. And what I say is this: hey, don't give up on us. Hey, stay the course. We need them. And I just compliment our fans. Our fans did a phenomenal job. They really did. There's a lot of things to be disappointed about when you lose. Certainly for me, for the players, but also for our fans. We have great fans.
Only played 54 games, Larry. Just remember that. That's all you played is 54 games. I know people want it now. I know we live in a society where you got your remote. Oh, you don't like it, but hey, it's only 54 games. It wasn't.
Well, you know what? That's true, and that's the thing that we just need to. We need to make sure we're doing the right things, recruiting as coaches and coaching, and you know, if we're doing those things, hey, whatever happens, happens. But again, we obviously want to win every game. So does Notre Dame, and so does Texas. But sometimes it doesn't.